Hi, this is Dave from DIY Domination. I need to ask you an important question. Have you ever thought about what you would do if an emergency were to strike your home right now? Are you prepared? These questions may seem daunting, but they're crucial to consider. Having a comprehensive home emergency plan is more than just a good idea. It's a potential lifesaver. It can make the difference between chaos and calm, between danger and safety when every second counts. Imagine a fire breaking out in the middle of the night or a flood forcing you to evacuate with little warning. With a well-thought-out plan, you'll know exactly what to do, where to go, and how to communicate with your loved ones. You'll be able to act swiftly, minimize risks, and ensure everyone's safety. Most importantly, a home emergency plan can help prevent unnecessary injuries and protect your property from extensive damage. So remember, being prepared means being equipped with the proper supplies you may need in the event of an emergency or disaster. By the way, if you like this video and want to see more videos with advice on emergency preparedness and survival, make sure to click the subscribe button and leave a comment down below saying I subscribed, and we'll do our best to reply to your comment. The first step in creating a home emergency plan is gathering vital information. It's about knowing who to call, where to go, and which way to get there. Start by creating a list of emergency contacts. This should include local emergency services, family members, neighbors, and a selected out-of-town contact. Think of this as your safety net when things go awry. Next, familiarize yourself with your local area. This means knowing the locations of emergency shelters, hospitals, and the quickest evacuation routes. You never know when you'll need to access these services in a hurry, so it's best to be prepared. Think of this step as a fact-finding mission. You're equipping yourself with the vital knowledge needed to navigate any potential emergency scenarios. And remember, knowledge is power. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to respond when an emergency strikes. With this information at your fingertips, you're already one step closer to being prepared. Now that you've gathered the necessary information, it's time to bring the family together. Crafting an effective home emergency plan is not a solo mission, but a team effort. Everyone in the family, from the oldest to the youngest, has a role to play, and their input is valuable. Why is this so important? Well, imagine a fire breaks out in your home in the middle of the night. If everyone knows the plan, they'll know precisely what to do without panicking. It's not just about having a plan, it's about everyone being part of creating that plan and understanding it. Now let's talk about communication. In an emergency, your family might not all be in the same place. You could be at work, the kids at school, or maybe someone's out grocery shopping. That's why you need a robust communication plan. Start by establishing a primary and secondary method of communication. Your primary method could be as simple as a phone call, and your secondary method could be a text message or a post on a designated social media platform. It's important to have this redundancy because during an emergency, certain communication channels might become unavailable. Next, you need to teach everyone, especially children, how to use these communication tools effectively. They should know how to make a call, send a text, or use social media to let everyone else know they are safe. Remember, communication is not just about talking. It's also about listening. Ensure everyone knows to wait for a response rather than continuously sending messages, which could clog up the communication channels. Another vital part of your communication plan is having an out-of-town contact. This person can serve as a central point of contact if local communication lines are down. Everyone in the family should have this person's contact information. Remember, in an emergency, communication is key. By involving everyone in the planning process and setting up a solid communication plan, you are ensuring that no matter what happens, your family can stay connected, informed, and ready to face any emergency together. Knowing how to escape from your home quickly and safely during an emergency is crucial. And it's not as daunting as it might sound. Let's break it down. First off, identify the quickest and safest ways out of your home. These are your escape routes. Each room in your home should have at least two. A primary route, usually the door, and a secondary route, like a window, just in case the primary route is blocked. Look at each room in your home with a fresh perspective. Ask yourself, if there was an emergency, how would I get out? Make sure to consider all possible obstacles and challenges. Now, you've got your escape routes, but knowing them isn't enough. Practice makes perfect. Regularly walk through these routes with your family. It's like a fire drill at school or work, but this one's for your home. Practicing helps everyone, especially children, to familiarize themselves with the best ways to exit the house. And don't forget about your pets. They're part of the drill too. Next, let's talk about meeting points. These are specific places where your family agrees to meet up during an emergency. It's best to have two meeting points. One should be close to your home, but safe from any immediate danger, like a neighbor's house or a nearby landmark. The other should be further away, outside your neighborhood, in case it's not safe to stay nearby. Again, knowing isn't enough. Familiarity is key. Visit these meeting points with your family. Make sure everyone, including the youngest members, knows how to get to these points from home, school, or work. And remember, these points should be easy to recognize and safe to wait at. Through identifying and marking escape routes, practicing their use, and designating familiar meeting points, you're creating a safety net for your family. This isn't a one-time task. Keep revisiting and practicing your routes and meeting points regularly. When everyone knows where to go and how to get there, it can make a world of difference in an emergency. In an emergency, having essential supplies at hand can be a lifesaver. That's where an emergency kit comes into play. Imagine a scenario where you need to evacuate your home swiftly. Having a pre-packed kit with essential items can make all the difference. So, what do you need in your emergency kit? Start with the basics. Pack enough water and non-perishable food to last each family member at least 3 days. Make sure to include a manual can opener as well. A first aid kit is a must. It should include bandages, antiseptic wipes, tweezers, medical tape, and any other items you think might come in handy. You never know when a minor injury might occur, and having these supplies can prevent a small problem from becoming a big one. Don't forget about light and warmth. Pack a flashlight with extra batteries, as well as blankets to keep warm if you're without heat. While you're at it, throw in some personal hygiene items like toothbrushes, toothpaste, and soap. Now, let's talk about documentation. Keep copies of important documents like passports, driver's licenses, social security cards, and insurance policies in your emergency kit. These can be crucial when it comes to proving identity or accessing services after an emergency. And remember, your emergency kit isn't a set it and forget it kind of thing. Regularly check and update the contents, ensuring that everything is in working order and that food and medications haven't expired. On to medical information. It's important to have a list of any medical conditions, allergies, and medications for each family member. This information can be vital to emergency responders in a crisis situation. It's also helpful to include a brief medical history, if relevant. Keep a copy of this information in your emergency kit and share it with a designated out-of-town contact. With these steps, you're not just preparing for an emergency, you're preparing to thrive in one. So take the time today to assemble your emergency kit and compile your family's medical information. Your future self might just thank you for it. Our pets are part of our family, and they need a plan too. Pets can't fend for themselves during emergencies, so it's crucial to include them in your home emergency plan. Start by identifying pet-friendly shelters in your area and arranging for their care in case of an evacuation. Pack a pet emergency kit with essentials such as food, water, medications, and other necessities. This way your furry friend will have everything they need to stay safe and comfortable during a crisis. Now, let's shift gears a bit to discuss emergency services. It's vital to educate all family members, young and old, on when and how to contact emergency services. In North America, for example, that number is 911. Teach your children how to provide their address and basic information when calling for help. This knowledge can make a significant difference in an emergency situation. Remember, every member of your family, including pets, deserves to be safe and prepared. Creating a plan is just the beginning. Regular practice and updates are crucial. Now that you've put together a comprehensive home emergency plan, it's time to put it to the test. Conducting regular drills for various scenarios is a must. Practice evacuating the home and meeting at the designated points. Use different scenarios to ensure that everyone understands their roles and responsibilities. But it's not just about practice. It's equally important to stay informed about potential hazards and emergency situations in your area. Weather alerts, news broadcasts, and community notifications are your best friends here. Sign up for local emergency alert systems and follow relevant social media accounts. Remember, your emergency plan is not a static document. It needs to be reviewed and updated regularly, especially when there are changes in your family structure, contact information, or living situation. Remember, a plan is only as effective as its implementation. Stay safe, stay prepared. If you like this video, then make sure to also watch these videos for more emergency preparedness advice.